Okay, welcome back. Let's continue our discussion about simple interest, and it's try to solve the first illustrative problem in your module. Okay, I hope you have your modules with you now. So suppose you deposit 1,000 pesos in a bank savings account that pays interest at a rate of 8% per year. Assume that you don't withdraw the interest earned at the end of each period, but instead let it accumulate. So at the end, hindi mo kukunin yung interest niya every year. So hintayin mo na lang na matapos yung intended years or yung ending. Okay, how much would you have at the end of year 3 with simple interest? Yeah. So, hintayin natin 3 years. So, you don't withdraw the interest every year, but you're going to wait for 3 years. Ano kunin yung pera tsaka yung interest, no? So we are basically solving for the future worth of the deposit natin na 1,000 pesos at an interest rate of 8% per year. So let's try to identify the elements, no? Dito. So the principal is 1,000 pesos. Number of interest periods is interest period is 3 years, and then the interest rate is 8% per year. Okay, then solve for the future worth F, that is equal to, we have discussed this in the previous video. So the future worth is equal to 1,000 multiplied by the quantity 1 plus, so the number of interest periods is 3 years. Wait. Times the interest, which should be in decimal form. So we have 8%, so the decimal of 0.08. So the future worth, so after 3 years, yung pera mo, after 3 years, yung deposit mo, okay, after 3 years, ang value ng pera mo is, or amount niya is equal to 1,240 pesos. Okay, so that would be the future worth of, after 3 years, of the principal na 1,000 pesos at 8% per year rate of interest. Okay, so very simple. Compute natin ng simple interest, so it's called simple interest, ano? Okay, so next, number 2. Okay, number 2. Determine the simple interest on 700 of on ba talaga? Tama. 700 pesos for 8 months and 15 days if the rate of interest is 15%. So magkano raw yung interest na pag nag-deposit tayo na, or depende kung nag-deposit or nag-loan tayo, ano? 700 pesos for 8 months and 15 days if the rate of interest is 15%. So ordinary simple interest ito, which means that we're going to assume that every month has 30 days regardless of the month, no? Kung January, February, March, or kung anong month man yan, ang assumption natin is 30 days lang siya. Okay, so the number of days, let's compute for the number of days. Okay, it's equal to, we have 8 months times 360 we have 362 times 30, sorry, since we have 30 days per month, plus yung 15 days, 15, that is equivalent to 255 days. Okay, then solve for the interest. It's equivalent to P and I. So the interest then after the period, identified period, is equal to, we have 700 pesos times the number which is equal to number of interest days. We have interest years pala, sorry. Since hindi naman na-complete sa 1 year yan, so distribute natin all throughout dito sa 255 days. I-compute natin yung equivalent interest sa ganitong araw. So what we're going to do is we just simply divide yung number of days, the total number of days in 1 year for ordinary simple interest, that is 360 days, times the interest in its decimal form, which is 0.15. So the interest then is equal to 74.38 pesos. So that's the interest after 8 months and 15 days. So hindi na kompleto. Again, hindi na kompleto yung buong taon, so we need to compute. Kasi itong 15% for 1 year yan, ano? So the equivalent, we need to compute the equivalent interest for 255 days. So we simply divide 255 by the total number of days in a year and multiply it by the interest rate in 1 year. So that would be the equivalent interest rate, no? Or in 8 months and 15 days. Okay, so the interest then is equal to 74.38 pesos. That's problem number 2. Okay. Okay, number 3, determine the exact simple interest on 500 pesos for the period from January 10 to October 28, 1996 at 16% interest. So we're going to solve for the exact simple interest. That means we're going to consider the actual number of days for each month of the year. So given yung period natin from January 10 to October 28, 1996, so you should check your calendars. Okay, kung leap year ba o hindi yung 1996. So 1996 is a leap year, which means na merong February 29, no? So meron tayong 366 days in that particular year. Okay, so January 10 to 31, so we have 21 days. So we have 21 days. So exclude natin yung 10, no? Kasi when we count, January 10, 11, 12, start with 11, no? Pag nag-count tayo. So basically, we have 21 days for this particular month. And then we have February, since leap year siya, we have 29 days. March is 31 days, and then April, we have 30 days for April, and then May May has 31 days. June has 30 days. Then July has 31. August has 31 also, 31 days. And then from September has 30 days. And we have October 28. So include natin yung hanggang October 28. So we have including 28 of course. So that is 28 days. So we have a total of 292 days. Okay? 292 days. So importante ma-compute natin na mabuti na yung number of days. Okay? Then solve for the interest. So the interest is equal to P and I. Since hindi na kompleto yung the whole year, solve natin yung equivalent interest rate for that particular period of time. So from January 10 to October 28. Okay, so the interest then is equal to the principal, which is 500 pesos, times the 292 over 366 for leap year, and then the interest rate per year in its decimal form. So we have 0.16 or 16%. So we have an interest of 63.83 pesos for that particular period of time. Okay, interest natin 63.83 pesos. Okay, then let's solve number 4. Okay, last number 4, the fourth problem. What will be the future worth of money after 15 months if a sum of 10,000 pesos is invested today at a simple interest rate of 12% per year? Okay, so this time and it's computed in terms of months, you know. So we have 12 months in a year. So the future worth is equal to 1. So we have the principal is 10,000. Times 1 plus n. And in this case, well, in terms of months tayo ngayon. So we have 12 months in a year. So nag-exceed siya ng 1 year. So divide lang natin. Convert lang natin to. So equivalent value niya in a year. Value ba yun? Parang ganon. So it would be in 1 point something years. So year dapat to, hindi months. 15 over 12 years times the interest rate per year, which is 12% in decimal form. Okay, so the future worth of the invested money is equal to 11,500 pesos. So very simple yung pag-solve natin ng simple interest, may it be ordinary or exact simple interest. Okay, so that is for simple interest. So the next topic would be compound interest, and I think there's a preliminary discussion first about cash flow diagrams. So we'll try to discuss cash flow diagrams, and maybe we'll try to apply that later on in our next topic, which is compound interest. Okay, so see you sa next video.